When a man sees a woman who carries herself with class, he knows she is someone of high value. It's not just about looking good, it's about the way she moves, the way she speaks, and the energy she brings into a room. A woman with class doesn't have to announce it because her presence speaks for itself. And the truth is, men are drawn to women who exude this level of confidence, elegance, and self respect. So let's talk about 5 very attractive things that tell a man you have class. First, the way you carry yourself says everything about you before you even speak. Your posture, your walk, and the way you enter a room all tell a story about how you see yourself. A woman with class doesn't slouch, she doesn't shrink herself, and she doesn't seek attention in ways that compromise her dignity. Instead, she moves with grace, keeping her head high and her shoulders back. She's aware of her presence, but not in an arrogant way. This confidence is magnetic because it shows that she values herself, and men respect that deeply. The way a woman presents herself speaks volumes before she even says a word. A man can instantly tell whether she carries herself with dignity, self-respect, and confidence. A woman with class does not need to announce it. It is evident in the way she walks, talks, and interacts with those around her. She is not easily swayed by external pressures, nor does she feel the need to prove her worth to anyone. Instead, she moves with a quiet confidence that naturally draws people in. She is comfortable in her own skin, and this self-assuredness makes her incredibly attractive. A man will notice the way she enters a room, how she holds her posture, and the way she engages with others. He can sense whether she is secure in herself or if she is seeking validation from those around her. A woman with class does not engage in unnecessary drama or attention-seeking behavior. She does not need to be the loudest voice in the room to be noticed. Instead, she commands attention through her presence alone. She listens more than she speaks, and when she does speak, her words carry weight. She is intentional with her words, avoiding gossip or negativity, and instead focuses on uplifting conversations. A man who observes this will quickly realize that she is different from the rest. She does not entertain meaningless interactions, nor does she allow others to pull her into petty arguments. She values her peace, and this level of emotional maturity is incredibly attractive. The way she carries herself also extends to how she handles adversity. Life will always present challenges, but a woman with class does not allow difficulties to shake her composure. She does not react impulsively or let her emotions control her decisions. Instead, she approaches situations with grace, assessing them with a level-headed mindset. She understands that true strength is not about being aggressive or confrontational, but about knowing when to stand firm and when to walk away. A man who sees a woman handling conflict with poise and emotional intelligence will instantly recognize her value. A woman with class also understands the power of boundaries. She does not allow herself to be disrespected or taken advantage of. She knows her worth, and she expects others to respect it as well. This does not mean she is harsh or unapproachable, but rather that she is clear about what she will and will not tolerate. She does not chase after those who do not appreciate her, nor does she waste time on people who do not align with her values. This level of self-respect is highly attractive because it shows a man that she values herself enough not to settle for anything less than she deserves. Kindness and respect are also key indicators of class. A truly classy woman treats everyone with the same level of courtesy, regardless of their status or background. She does not look down on others, nor does she use rudeness as a means of asserting dominance. She understands that true confidence is shown through humility and respect for those around her. A man who sees how she interacts with waitstaff, strangers, or even those who may not treat her well will take note. How she treats others is a reflection of her character, and men are naturally drawn to women who exude warmth and kindness without arrogance. Defining trait of a woman with class is how she presents herself in social settings. Whether she is at a formal event, a casual gathering, or simply out running errands, she maintains a level of composure that sets her apart. She does not need to wear designer labels or expensive accessories to prove her worth. Instead, she takes care of herself, ensuring that she is well groomed and put together in a way that reflects her self-respect. She carries herself with an air of sophistication that is effortless rather than forced. A man will notice the small details, the way she maintains eye contact, the way she smiles, and even the way she handles herself in moments of silence. She also embraces her femininity without feeling the need to suppress it. She understands that being strong and independent does not mean she has to reject her softer side. She is not afraid to express her emotions, to be nurturing, or to show vulnerability when appropriate. A man appreciates a woman who is confident in both her strength and her softness. She does not feel the need to prove that she can do everything on her own, nor does she expect a man to complete her. Instead, she seeks a partnership that is based on mutual respect and appreciation. A woman with class also knows the importance of personal growth. She is constantly evolving, learning, and improving herself. She does not remain stagnant or allow complacency to take over her life. She seeks knowledge, whether it be through reading, traveling, or engaging in meaningful conversations. A man who values depth and intelligence will be drawn to a woman who is continuously working on herself, as it shows that she is not just looking for external validation, but is genuinely committed to becoming the best version of herself. At the core of it all, a woman with class understands that her value is not determined by others. She does not rely on external opinions to define her worth. She is secure in who she is, and that security is what makes her truly attractive. A woman who possesses true class understands the importance of emotional intelligence. She does not react impulsively to situations, but instead takes a step back to assess things with a level head. This does not mean she suppresses her emotions, but rather that she knows how to express them in a way that is constructive rather than destructive. When she is upset, she communicates her feelings with clarity rather than resorting to passive aggressiveness or unnecessary drama. A man observing this will take note of her maturity and self-awareness, recognizing that she is different from women who allow emotions to control them. He will see that she is not easily rattled, and that level of composure is highly attractive. She also understands the power of patience. In a world that moves fast, where people want instant gratification and results, a woman with class is willing to allow things to unfold naturally. She does not rush relationships or force connections because she understands that anything worth having takes time to build. She is not desperate for love or validation, nor does she settle just to avoid being alone. This patience extends beyond relationships. It is evident in the way she approaches her career, friendships, and personal growth. A man can sense when a woman is truly secure in herself, and nothing is more attractive than a woman who moves through life with confidence rather than urgency. A woman with class also understands the importance of balance. She is ambitious but does not let her work consume her. She values relationships but does not lose herself in them. She knows when to give and when to step back. This balance is what makes her so intriguing to a man. She is not one-dimensional or defined by just one aspect of her life. She has her own passions, hobbies, and goals, and she does not abandon them just because she enters a relationship. A man will be drawn to this sense of independence because it shows that she is with him by choice, not out of necessity. Trait of a woman with class is her ability to handle social situations with grace. Whether she is meeting new people, attending an event, or simply engaging in conversation, she does so with confidence and warmth. She does not seek to dominate conversations or make everything about herself, but she also does not shrink into the background. She knows how to engage others, ask thoughtful questions, and listen attentively. A man observing this will admire her ability to navigate different environments with ease, as it shows she is comfortable in her own skin and does not need to put on a facade to impress others. Her ability to maintain her standards without arrogance is another defining characteristic. She has high expectations for herself and those she allows into her life, but she does not look down on others or act as though she is superior. She treats people with kindness and respect regardless of their status or background. A man will recognize this because it is rare to find someone who holds themselves to high standards while remaining humble. He will see that she does not compromise her values just to please others, and this level of self-respect makes her even more attractive. A woman with class also carries herself with a certain level of mystery. She does not reveal everything about herself all at once, nor does she feel the need to overshare personal details too soon. She allows a man to get to know her over time, revealing different layers of her personality naturally. This does not mean she plays games or is intentionally secretive, but rather that she understands the power of pacing. A man will find himself drawn to her because he feels there is always more to learn and discover about her. She also values quality over quantity in all aspects of her life. This applies to her friendships, the way she spends her time, and even the way she presents herself. She does not feel the need to follow every trend or impress people with material possessions. Instead, she focuses on substance, surrounding herself with meaningful connections and experiences. A man will notice that she is selective about who and what she invests in, which makes her presence even more valuable. A woman with class is also deeply self aware. She takes the time to reflect on her actions, understand her strengths and weaknesses, and continuously work on personal growth. She does not blame others for her circumstances, but instead takes responsibility for her own happiness. This level of self awareness is rare and highly attractive because it shows emotional maturity and a willingness to grow. A man will see that she is not looking for someone to complete her, but rather someone to complement the life she has already built for herself. She also exudes confidence without arrogance. She knows her worth, but she does not feel the need to prove it to anyone. She does not seek external validation to feel good about herself, nor does she allow others' opinions to dictate how she feels. Her confidence is quiet but undeniable, and it naturally draws people in. A man who sees this will respect her because she does not rely on others to define her value. At the heart of it all, a woman with class understands that her presence is powerful. She knows that how she carries herself, how she treats others, and how she navigates life speaks volumes about who she is. She does not need to demand attention. Her energy and presence alone command respect. A man will take notice of this because true class is something that cannot be faked. It is not about wealth, status, or appearances. It is about the way she carries herself with dignity, confidence, and authenticity. A woman with class understands that how she treats others is a direct reflection of who she is. She carries herself with kindness and respect, not because she wants to impress people, but because it is a part of her character. She does not engage in gossip or negativity, nor does she tear others down to make herself feel superior. Instead, she uplifts those around her, making people feel valued and appreciated. A man observing this will see that she is not just beautiful on the outside, but that her inner beauty is just as striking. She knows the importance of boundaries and does not allow people to take advantage of her kindness. She is generous with her time and energy, but only to those who appreciate and reciprocate it. She does not feel the need to overextend herself to prove her worth, nor does she allow herself to be drained by people who do not respect her. A man will admire this because he will see that she values herself enough to say no when necessary. She is also confident in her individuality. She does not conform to societal pressures or trends just to fit in. She knows who she is and embraces her uniqueness, standing firm in her beliefs and values. She does not seek approval from others, nor does she feel the need to change herself to be accepted. A man will be drawn to this because confidence is magnetic, and there is something undeniably attractive about a woman who is unapologetically herself. Her ability to communicate effectively sets her apart. She expresses her thoughts clearly and directly without being harsh or dismissive. She knows how to listen just as well as she speaks, making those around her feel heard and understood. She does not shy away from difficult conversations, but approaches them with grace and wisdom. A man will respect this quality because he will see that she is mature enough to handle conflicts with patience rather than hostility. She does not engage in attention-seeking behavior. She does not feel the need to post every aspect of her life on social media for validation, nor does she play games to keep a man interested. She is secure enough in herself to let things unfold naturally. A man will notice this and appreciate the fact that she does not rely on external validation to feel good about herself. She prioritizes self-care and personal growth. She invests time in her physical, emotional, and mental well-being. She takes care of her body not just for appearances, but because she understands the importance of health and longevity. She also nurtures her mind by constantly learning, reading, and engaging in meaningful conversations. She does not allow herself to become stagnant because she knows that growth is a lifelong journey. A man who values a woman with depth will be drawn to this because he will see that she is not just focused on superficial things, but is always striving to better herself. She carries herself with dignity and self-respect. She does not settle for less than she deserves, nor does she tolerate mistreatment. She knows her worth and is not afraid to walk away from situations that do not align with her values. She does not need to be loud or boastful about her standards. Her actions speak for themselves. A man will recognize this and respect her even more because he will see that she does not compromise her integrity for the sake of temporary satisfaction. She also values her femininity and embraces it with confidence. She understands that femininity is not about weakness, but about strength, grace, and elegance. She is not afraid to be soft and nurturing, but she is also strong and resilient when necessary. She does not try to compete with men, but rather complements them in a way that brings balance to relationships. A man will find this incredibly attractive because it shows that she is secure in her identity. She has a strong sense of purpose. She does not wander through life aimlessly, waiting for someone to complete her. She has goals, ambitions, and dreams that she actively pursues. She does not expect a man to provide her with happiness. Instead, she creates her own happiness and allows love to be an addition to her already fulfilling life. A man will admire this because he will see that she is independent and driven, making her even more desirable. She is selective about who she allows into her life. She does not surround herself with negativity or drama. She is intentional about her friendships, relationships, and the people she invests her energy into. She understands that the company she keeps is a reflection of her values, so she chooses wisely. A man will take notice of this and see that she does not entertain just anyone. She values quality over quantity in all aspects of life. Her ability to remain poised in any situation makes her stand out. She does not allow stress or external pressures to shake her. Even in difficult moments, she carries herself with grace and composure. She does not let anger control her actions, nor does she react impulsively. Instead, she takes a moment to process things before responding. A man will be captivated by this because it shows emotional intelligence and maturity. She also knows how to create a sense of mystery. She does not reveal everything about herself too soon, nor does she overshare personal details with just anyone. She allows people to get to know her at a natural pace, keeping a sense of intrigue. This does not mean she plays games, but rather that she understands the power of pacing. A man will be drawn to her because he will feel there is always more to learn about her. She has a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for life. She does not take things for granted, nor does she focus on negativity. She is thankful for what she has and expresses that gratitude openly. She understands that life is a gift, and she chooses to focus on the positive rather than dwelling on what she lacks. A man will be inspired by this because it shows that she has a healthy perspective on life. At her core, a woman with class moves through life with confidence, integrity, and self-awareness. She does not need to announce her worth because it is evident in everything she does. She commands respect without demanding it, and she attracts people who value her authenticity. A man who recognizes this will not only be attracted to her, but will also be motivated to rise to her level, knowing that a woman of such caliber deserves nothing less than the best. A woman with class understands the power of self-respect and carries herself in a way that reflects her values. She does not compromise her standards to fit into societal expectations or to gain validation from others. Instead, she stands firm in her beliefs and refuses to settle for anything less than what she deserves. She does not entertain disrespect or tolerate people who undermine her worth. A man will notice this because it shows that she values herself enough to demand the same level of respect from those around her. She understands that setting boundaries is not about pushing people away, but about ensuring that she is treated with dignity. She is not desperate for attention and does not rely on external validation to feel worthy. She knows her value and does not feel the need to constantly prove herself to anyone. She does not chase after people or beg for their approval. Instead, she allows her presence and character to speak for themselves. She is not the type to overshare her personal life on social media or seek likes and comments to feel important. Her confidence comes from within, and that is what makes her stand out. A man will admire this because it shows that she is secure in who she is and does not need constant reassurance from others. She exudes grace and elegance in how she speaks, how she moves, and how she interacts with people. She does not engage in unnecessary drama or pettiness. She is not loud or aggressive in seeking attention, yet her presence is undeniable. She knows how to communicate with kindness and strength, making people feel comfortable around her. She understands that being classy is not about arrogance, but about carrying herself with humility and poise. She does not belittle others to feel superior, nor does she let insecurities dictate her actions. A man will find this deeply attractive because it shows emotional intelligence and self awareness. Her mindset is focused on personal growth and continuous improvement. She does not stagnate or become complacent in life. She constantly seeks ways to better herself, whether through learning, reading, or developing new skills. She invests time in self care, not just in terms of physical appearance, but also in her mental and emotional well being. She is mindful of her health, her habits, and the kind of energy she allows into her space. A man will respect this because it shows that she is intentional about her growth and understands the importance of self development. She values authenticity and is not afraid to be herself. She does not pretend to be someone she is not to impress others. She embraces her uniqueness and does not conform to societal pressures just for the sake of fitting in. She knows that true confidence comes from being genuine and unapologetically herself. She does not seek approval from others because she understands that her worth is not determined by external opinions. A man will be drawn to this because confidence and authenticity are incredibly attractive qualities. She is selective about the company she keeps and is intentional about the relationships she nurtures. She surrounds herself with people who uplift, inspire, and support her. She does not entertain toxic relationships or friendships that drain her energy. She knows that the people in her life are a reflection of her values, so she chooses wisely. A man will take notice of this because it shows that she values quality over quantity and understands the importance of meaningful connections. She remains composed in difficult situations and does not let emotions control her actions. She does not react impulsively or allow stress to dictate her behavior. Instead, she takes a step back, processes the situation, and responds with wisdom. She understands that true strength lies in self-control and the ability to handle challenges with grace. A man will find this quality highly attractive because it shows maturity, emotional intelligence, and resilience. She knows the importance of independence and does not rely on others to complete her. She has goals, dreams, and ambitions that she actively pursues. She does not sit around waiting for someone to rescue her or provide her with happiness. Instead, she creates her own happiness and embraces her journey. She does not expect a man to fill a void in her life, but rather sees a relationship as an addition to her already fulfilling existence. A man will admire this because it shows that she is self-sufficient and does not need to depend on anyone to feel whole. She appreciates the beauty of life and practices gratitude for what she has. She does not focus on what she lacks, but instead finds joy in the present moment. She expresses gratitude for the little things and does not take anything for granted. She understands that happiness is not about external achievements, but about an internal state of mind. A man will be inspired by this because it shows that she has a positive and grounded perspective on life. She moves through life with dignity and purpose, understanding that her worth is not defined by societal expectations or external validation. She is confident, kind, and intentional in everything she does. She does not seek to impress people through material possessions or superficial status, but instead through her depth, wisdom, and authenticity. She knows that true class is not about wealth or appearance, but about character, integrity, and the way she treats others. A man will recognize and respect this, understanding that a woman of such substance is rare and valuable. She understands the power of respect, not just for others, but for herself first and foremost. She carries herself with a level of dignity that sets her apart from the rest. She does not allow herself to be in situations where she is disrespected, nor does she tolerate people who undermine her worth. She does not need to argue or prove herself to anyone because she knows that her actions, her energy, and the way she presents herself say enough. She is not someone who engages in petty disputes or allows her emotions to get the best of her in heated situations. Instead, she remains composed, choosing her words and actions carefully, understanding that real power lies in self-control. A man notices this because it shows maturity, strength, and confidence. She values her time and does not waste it on meaningless pursuits or people who do not contribute positively to her life. She does not chase after anyone, nor does she entertain individuals who play games or lack direction. She knows that her time is valuable and she spends it wisely on things that align with her purpose, goals, and well-being. She invests in herself, whether that be through education, career growth, or personal development. She is always learning, evolving, and striving to become the best version of herself. She understands that being classy is not just about appearance, but about continuously working on the mind, spirit, and soul. A man sees this and respects it because it shows ambition, discipline, and self-awareness. She does not seek validation from others because she already knows her worth. She does not need constant reassurance or external approval to feel confident in who she is. She does not compare herself to other women or feel threatened by them. Instead, she supports and uplifts others, knowing that true confidence comes from within and is not dependent on outside opinion. She does not follow trends blindly or do things just because society dictates them. She stays true to herself, embracing her uniqueness and living authentically. A man finds this attractive because it shows self-assurance and emotional stability. She has a strong sense of boundaries and does not allow people to overstep them. She is kind and warm, but she is not a pushover. She understands the difference between being accommodating and being taken advantage of. She is not afraid to say no when something does not align with her values, and she does not feel guilty for prioritizing herself when necessary. She sets the standard for how she is treated by the way she treats herself. She does not settle for less than she deserves because she knows that settling only leads to disappointment and resentment. A man sees this and understands that she is a woman of high value who will not tolerate mediocrity. She moves through life with an aura of grace and elegance, not because she is trying to impress others, but because she truly embodies those qualities. She does not dress or behave a certain way for attention. She does it because it reflects who she is. She is not loud, boastful, or desperate for people to notice her. Instead, her quiet confidence and natural presence draw people in. She knows how to engage in conversations with intelligence and warmth, making those around her feel valued. She does not gossip, speak negatively about others, or indulge in unnecessary drama. She stays focused on her own life and priorities, refusing to be distracted by negativity. A man recognizes this as a rare and admirable trait because it shows wisdom and emotional intelligence. She treats others with kindness and respect, regardless of their status or what they can offer her. She does not put on an act or pretend to be kind only when it benefits her. She is genuinely compassionate, understanding that true class is reflected in how one treats people, especially those who cannot do anything for them. She is thoughtful, considerate, and knows how to make others feel seen and heard. She listens attentively and speaks with intention. She understands that her words carry weight, so she chooses them carefully, ensuring that they uplift rather than tear down. A man appreciates this because it shows a depth of character and a good heart. She does not allow negativity to consume her. She does not dwell on past mistakes, failures, or things beyond her control. She understands that life is full of ups and downs, but she chooses to focus on solutions rather than problems. She practices gratitude and sees challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. She does not complain or blame others for her circumstances. Instead, she takes responsibility for her life, knowing that her mindset determines her reality. She remains optimistic even in difficult times, understanding that her attitude shapes her future. A man is drawn to this mindset because it reflects strength, resilience, and emotional maturity. She does not engage in superficial relationships or entertain people who do not align with her values. She understands that the people she surrounds herself with influence her life, so she chooses wisely. She is selective about who she allows into her space, ensuring that her circle consists of people who uplift, support, and inspire her. She does not tolerate toxic relationships, whether romantic, platonic, or professional. She understands that cutting ties with negativity is necessary for growth and peace. A man notices this and respects it because it shows self-respect and discernment. She is independent and does not rely on anyone else for her happiness or fulfillment. She has her own dreams, passions, and ambitions, and she pursues them with dedication. She does not wait for a man to complete her or make her happy because she knows that true happiness comes from within. She does not see relationships as a necessity, but as a complement to an already fulfilling life. She is secure in herself and does not feel the need to cling to anyone for validation. A man admires this quality because it shows strength, self-sufficiency, and a deep understanding of her own worth. She carries herself with an undeniable presence, a quiet yet powerful energy that commands respect without demanding it. She is not concerned with seeking attention, but naturally receives it because of how she moves through the world. She embraces her femininity without feeling the need to prove anything. She is confident, elegant, and unapologetically herself. She knows that real class is not about wealth, status, or material possessions, but about character, integrity, and the way one treats others. She does not try to be like anyone else because she knows that true beauty lies in authenticity. A man who values substance over superficiality will see this and recognize that she is unlike anyone else. A woman with class doesn't chase validation because she knows her worth. She doesn't try to prove herself because her actions and demeanor speak for her. And the right man will recognize and cherish these qualities because they make you stand out in a way that's impossible to ignore.